Oh, my foundation collection. You want it? Huh. All right, then. Here it goes. Thanks for tuning in. My name is Lisa, and listen, I'm just a girl with no time. Time that ain't mine. Trying to make time for makeup, fashion, and beauty. And my overall hope and goal is to inspire you and help you do the same. Now, listen, if there's one thing I don't play about, is my foundation. I feel like I treat my foundation, the foundation that I keep around me, the way that I treat my inner circle, my friends. Like, you have to be a certain caliber of woman or you can't sit with us. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to bring a certain level of vibes and be able to protect my peace. You know what I'm saying? And let me flow youthfully and softly, or you can't sit with us. So today I'm going in through my entire foundation collection because someone asked. I honestly didn't think that it was truly like a collection until I started pulling out what was remaining from what I've recently purged. And so these are the girls that made the cut. And so my entire collection, I feel like, is flawless. It gives skin, it gives youthfulness. So if you're over 30, a busy woman with no time, and want the most essential piece of a flawless foundation base routine, then this video is for you. And so I had to pull this up so you guys can see what my collection looks like. To me, it's not really that much of a collection, but I guess it's more than what most people may have. So I guess it is. I'm sure there are people that walk around with more foundation, like a lot more makeup enthusiasts, beauty girls that have like a collection much larger than this. But child, I think in my opinion, it's still a collection. Here are the girls, meet the girls, you know? And again, if you're not a certain caliber of woman, if you don't give a certain level of softness, maturity, then you can't sit with us. So, and honestly, there are some pieces here. There are some foundations, one or two that I probably haven't even tried, but I have it on my list to try because there's something that drew me to them. And so I'm going to jump in right into it. And I'm going to begin with and I'm going to hold this because I like the way it sounds when I hold it. And so I cannot get into the collection. And so I cannot get into the collection without going over my overall skin type and what I look for in a foundation. And so I am a combination normal skin type. So primarily I have to focus on like my T-zones. Those are the areas of my face that kind of sort of get oily, but barely. Yeah, in my T-zones. And I am considered to MAC as a neutral warm, but to all the other girls as a deep neutral. And so I, you know what I'm saying, shimmy across like deep and a deep neutral. So that's primarily what you're going to find in all of my foundation shades. Get into it, beginning with my first foundation. If you're not new here, then you know that this is my girl. This is my number one girl. This is my hands down favorite foundation. And so what I love most about this foundation is that it is ultimately skincare and foundation in a bottle. It is packed with over 20 skincare ingredients, and that visibly, effectively, truthfully helps to improve the overall skin tone. It is lightweight. It's like a serum texture, and it gives the most stunning skin like look. It builds to a medium coverage, and that medium coverage I feel like you don't even really need. So this is the only foundation when I wear I get compliments on my skin without it, because it visibly helps to reduce redness. 20 plus skincare ingredients, suitable for all skin types. Serum like seamlessly blurs, smooths, and it has this luminous skin like finish that lasts all day. Here, and it for sure definitely evens out the skin tone. This is the only foundation that when I wear, my husband is like, but of course, this is in addition to just doing my overall skincare routine. My husband is always like, and I look in the mirror and I'm like, oh, shoot, you look good. You know what I'm saying? The only foundation. So, with skincare ingredients, I'm going to go into one that I do have. This is the MAC Studio Radiance serum powered foundation. This is another serum like, skin like foundation. The colors that I have here, this is an NW58. I actually have an NW55 here somewhere. And this is how I ended up with two. But this too is packed with over 20 skincare ingredients. And so, again, this is foundation. All of my foundations here are going to be ones that are like suitable for the overall skin. They're going to be perfect for women that are over the age of 30 with mature skin. And so, what we're going to do is we're going to also allow this video to serve as a foundation for women over the age of 30, foundation for mature women. And so, we're going to allow that to be that because I've minimized everything in my collection to be foundations that serve that overall purpose for me. Okay. Okay, and so the MAC Studio Radiance Serum Powered Foundation is one that lasts over for a very long time. Let me see here. So it has hyaluronic acid, ideal for all skin types, including sensitive skin. I feel like after House Labs dropped what she dropped, a lot of foundation, a lot of brands, like, they just followed suit. And so it's water resistant, sweat resistant, humidity resistance, and it's powered by 33 skincare ingredients, including 10% hyaluronic acid. So it's there to help hydrate the skin, which is something that we need as women with mature skin. You want, of course, a foundation that's going to include skincare ingredients that's going to help to serve and enhance your skin throughout the day as you're wearing it. And you want a little bit of hydration because that's what's going to allow for that plumpness, that bounciness, that youthfulness. You want something that hydrates, something that's skin-like for that youthfulness feel. NW55 is here somewhere. This is the NW58, and this is how I ended up with two. When I first tried the first one, it was like an NW55. I believe it was like during a cooler weather time frame, and I had that video up here somewhere on the channel. And then when I revisited it back again in like the spring or summertime, I was like, oh, this is a little light. Okay. And so I went a little darker. And as a matter of fact, it was like a whole nother year. I think it had sat for a year before I revisited it. And so I was like, okay, well, let me go a little darker, a little deeper. Went a little deeper, and that was, baby, just too deep. And so there was honestly nothing in between that I felt would be my perfect match. And so I may want to try again, but NW55, NW58, for some reason, in my mind, I want to try to make these work. I want to try to mix them somehow, and we're going to make it work. Okay. While we're on the subject of MAC, let's just go ahead and continue on, because the next item that I do have in my possession and my collection is MAC Studio Fix Fluid. And I know this looks like the MAC Studio Radiance bottle, but this is the old bottle, the bottle where you used to have to like buy the pump separately. And now the new bottle comes with a pump that looks just like the one from the Studio Radiance collection. And so, in my opinion, not only did they change the bottle, I can't really say in my opinion because it's for fact, but they also changed the formula. If you haven't noticed, if you still try to get through one of them old bottles of the Studio Fix Fluid, this right here is an OG, triple OG that I'm going to forever have in my collection, especially since they reformulated it to primarily be a little bit more hydrating. I believe it has hyaluronic acid, but it was reformulated to be hydrating and to include skincare ingredients. And so I feel like I love the fact that MAC did that, because what they're ultimately doing is allowing for the girls, the women in my age who love them some MAC, to ultimately be able to move on and grow up with this product. Child, we're growing up together. We're besties. Okay. So this right here is the NW58. And with this, I use both the NW58 and the NW55. The NW55, I think, is for the most part somewhat of a perfect match, but the NW58 gives it a little bit more depth. I use the 55 here and the 58 there. So really, really love somewhat combining these two. But MAC Studio Fix Fluid, not to be mistaken for the MAC Studio Radiance, because this gives more of like a soft satin finish, even with the hydrating properties in the new formula. And the other one doesn't. It's more like serum like more on the side of like House Labs. This next one serves me, okay, for all day wear. It took me a while to truly find my match. And in my opinion, like when I initially put it on, it's like not the perfect match. But what does it does? It oxidizes over a period of time. And then when I add everything, like it all just blends perfectly. But this is the Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Foundation. And who would I be if I didn't have this in the collection, baby? But this is transfer resistant because I don't consider anything to be transfer proof, sweat resistance, waterproof. And that I've tested, you know what I'm saying? I'll insert a clip of that, of me testing that here. But I love this for like my all day, my sweaty, my hot days. If you are on your way to homecoming and you're looking for the perfect foundation to wear, alumni, um, then this is something that you want to look at. Because trust me, if I see you at a tailgate, or if I see you out walking campus during homecoming and you are sweating your foundation off, I am judging. I'm judging because there's foundation out there that helps with that. And I know that those days for homecoming can be long. Child, you start at 8 o'clock and you in at 2 a.m., 3 a.m. the next day, depending on like how you're trying to truly live that weekend. But really like, find my shade. But I'm so happy that I found her. And I think that that is one that I will forever have in my collection. The next one is one that I feel like is very similar. All of these again are going to be somewhat luminous. They're going to give like a soft satin or a skin-like finish, but it's the Fenty Beauty. Oh, what color was that? I meant to give you guys the color. The color for this is 8N Espresso 1. And you got to beware because the way the bottle looks is not the way that it looks when you like pump it out. And I think that's what messed me up for so long. I thought this was just extremely too dark. And upon initial application, it does look like it. But again, everything falls in place. Is the Fenty Beauty Soft Lit Luminous Foundation, Naturally Luminous Foundation. The color I have or I wear is anywhere between like a 485, 490 in the summertime. This is 485. I haven't broken it out in a while, but I feel like this should match me perfectly. But I love this finish. It drives down to me to a natural satin foundation. If you are one of those clean girl aesthetic, or you one of those girls that, oh, I don't want to look like I have makeup on, I need a natural beat, then this is your natural beat. And it contains skincare ingredients like all of my other girls here. And it is super hydrating. Not to be mistaken with the other one, okay? Don't accidentally pull the other bottle. I'm so happy she released this because that other one was just super drying. If applied, and it's easy to accidentally apply that incorrectly, but if applied incorrectly, she can end up being cakey. Okay. And speaking of cakey, I still have this next one in my collection because I don't know, I feel like throughout the day she could potentially get cakey. She's not the best for me, I feel like, in this season that I'm in, because every foundation that I have reflects the season that I am in. And I'm in my mature, soft girl. My skin gotta look like skin season, okay? And so that is the One Size Turn Up the Base Full Beat Coverage Foundation. This is a full beat, okay? And she looks beautiful, stunning, flawless on camera. And I wanted to part with her. I wanted to throw her away because I was loving this for a very long time. But I noticed like when I wear this throughout the day, it looks a little questionable. It looks makeupy, okay? Off camera. During long parts of the day, that stretch of the day where you're just trying to, push all of your energy out and stretch it out, because my days be long sometimes, it starts to look questionable. But I'm keeping this, I don't know, because I love to record with her. This color right here is the deepest 45 neutral, and I feel like it oxidizes and I don't know, it looks a little different throughout the day. It looks a little lighter as I wear her throughout the day, but for some reason I can't even part with her yet. And so, since we're in the topic of like soft satin, soft glam foundation, the next foundation that I can't seem to part with is a very affordable one. It's a drugstore one. I feel like people truly sleep on this, and this is the e.l.f. Soft Glam Satin Foundation. Builds to a medium coverage, buildable and very, very long wearing. And I believe she's only $8, maybe $6. I'm lying about the six. She's probably $8 or $10. Y'all know how e.l.f. like to do. I feel like e.l.f. introduces certain products and it'd be like a certain price and they slowly increase that price by $2. Just like they did with their primer. Because I swear that primer used to be $6, then $8, then $10. And I think right now it might be $12. I might as well buy one of them other high price ones. e.l.f. like, y'all not slick. But this right here, I love this one right here. I don't touch her enough, honestly. I don't know why. And the color that I wear is a 64 rich neutral. Now, you cannot find the rich neutral if we are shade twins. You will not be able to find their deepest tones in store. You will not be able to find rich neutral in store. You have to order this. I believe probably on Ulta.com they have the full shade range, or e.l.f. But I believe I got this off e.l.f. e.l.f. or maybe Target. But you will not find the deepest shades online. So don't be mistaken. Don't be fooled by the range that you see in store, because the full range is not on store. In store, you have to look online. Next one that I have is the About Face, the Performance Skin Focus Foundation. I love this because it comes with this doe-foot applicator. It is very skin-like. I think a satin-like, very hydrating, and I love that it's like you can easily carry it. This makes it easy for you to throw in your purse. If you're somebody who you always find yourself getting yourself together in a car real quick, then hey twin, this foundation is for you, okay? Because it's easy to apply using this. Okay, you just need to make sure you either blend with your fingers if you into that kind of stuff, because I still can't, or you have a brush available in order for you to blend. And since we're on the subject of doe-foot applicators, one of the next foundations that I have in my collection, we're going to talk about drugstore. Still drugstore, still affordable. And it's one that was more recently released, and it's this L'Oreal Skin Ink foundation. Ask me why I got three. Why do I have three? Why do I have three of these? Let me go back to why I have three of these. I have three of these because the Skin Ink foundation is supposed to be like an all-encompassing foundation. It is supposed to be a foundation that is long-lasting, self-setting, and so you shouldn't technically need like a primer or a setting spray, but that is why I have three. And so you should be able, it's supposed to be like multi-use, so I can use this to as a foundation, I can use this as a concealer, and I can use this to contour. But I don't have a contour shade. I actually have two shades that I feel like end up being that were really close. I feel like both of them can, give me the payoff that I need and serve individually, but together they serve even better. And then the other one I conceal a little bit with. And so these, I used to keep them in my purse, keep them in the car on one of them like rough days, rough mornings. I break this out. These two have those applicators, you see? It has that same applicator that makes application easy. And I am in a season of my life where I need makeup, and I love makeup products. I love products that make application easy. Okay. So I have those. And speaking of, makeup that's self-setting, that makes application easy, that's long lasting, it's this Urban Decay Face Bond foundation. This right here, I still have because for some reason, I do not have my perfect shade, but in my heart of hearts, I kind of sort of want to make her work. This is the 37 Deep Neutral. And now that I think about it, I didn't give you the colors of what I have. So these are I have the 420, 440, and 460 Neutral, and this L'Oreal Skin Ink Foundation. So I have the 37 Deep Neutral. I believe I have a 38 somewhere that's too deep because the brand did end up sending me more after I purchased this. I want to try to make it work. I think the 37 Deep Neutral is too deep, and then the one above it is too light. Um, but I still got her because this right here contains skincare ingredients. It dries down to a like very satin skin like finish, but also blurring. And it is self setting. So again, products that make application that make life easy because yeah, we can't be traveling all the time with, primer and all of the things. I don't know why I still have this, but because I'm not a skin tint girly, but I wanted to try the skin tint. This is the Fenty Skin. I don't even know what it's called anymore, but this is the skin tint that Fenty released shortly after the Naturally Luminous foundation, and I used it and I loved it. But I don't know, I'm not a skin tint girly. I feel like I need somewhat of coverage, and this gives decent coverage. I don't know why I still have it, but it's still here, and for some reason I just can't part with it. But this right here I love because it does give more coverage than I've seen, some skin tints to give, and it has an SPF of 30. So we gonna keep her, and shoot, we might even try to use her. Next that I have is this KVD Good Apple Serum Foundation. I love this because this is sweat resistant, transfer resistant, long lasting. The color that I have here is a deep 68. Oh, I can't see. I'm going to have to go into like my Ulta details to see what this is. But this, again, infused with skincare ingredients, hydrating, satin skin like finish, and it lasts all day. This is my wedding foundation. Because if you know anything about KVD, their whole thing is like ink, make it look kind of permanent, make it look like permanent skin. And so this is meant to last for a while. I couldn't find this anywhere on the website, like whenever I go back to like reference what it's supposed to do, but I think they just rebranded and you should be able to find that now. I'm going to link everything down in the comments below. I'm horrible at linking, but I'm going to link everything down, not in the comments, child, in the description box below. You see, that's how unoften I link stuff. So this next foundation is actually one that was sent to me. It's a skin stick, and I did some research on the brand, and I truly love it. I believe it's woman founded. And it is this relevant multi-use stick. The color that I have is Empower 2. I think I was in between it Empower 2 and Empower 3. And I used the mess out of Empower 3 or whichever one it is. But this, I feel like, and I don't know, I don't be wanting to mess up my clothes, but it gave me the most perfect natural blend, and I don't pull her enough. It gives a little bit of coverage. It's supposed to be like very natural, and I don't even know if you can see that because I'm in the process of losing light, child, my natural light. Because my battery decided it wanted to die, and I can't find my backup battery. But I don't know. It's something about the packaging that I love. It has this magnetic closure that helps for it to close and seal properly, which is very important when it comes to foundation or makeup, period. There's a reason why it's created with a seal. It helps to prolong the use of that. It helps to avoid any type of moisture, which can end up causing for the foundation to like cake or mildew. I've seen it. I've had it happen to me. So child, don't let it happen to you. The next one that I have is the Which one is this? Oh, this is the It Cosmetics. This is Your Skin But Better foundation. This right here has builds up to a medium coverage, very lightweight. Had heard so much about this foundation and that I wanted to try it. It is a really good foundation, very lightweight. It truly gives skin. And what I love most about this is the fact that it improves your your skin in a course of 2 weeks. Me, I think I saw 3, maybe even 4, but it does do what it says that it's going to do. But it has this natural, radiant, soft finish. I thought it had SPF. Maybe it's not this. But this, I feel like, again, all the girls, House Labs did her thing, and all the girls decided to do her thing. And I haven't given this the amount of touches that I should have. I haven't given it the amount of touches that I should have. And I do. I want to try to put this on the back of my wrist, but I know I really shouldn't because I'm gonna end up messing something up. I'm gonna forget that it's on the back of my wrist, and I'm gonna mess something up. And since we're in the topic of it, I don't know how I ended up. Oh, I know how I ended up because it was 21 Days of Beauty, and I wanted to try this, and not the last 21 Days Beauty, but I think 2 before that. But the next one is the Your Skin But Better. This is the CC color correcting cream. So it has an anti-aging hydrating serum packed with skincare ingredients. In addition to that, it has an SPF of 50 with UVA and UB protection. And so it's formulated. If you remember things that I've previously stated about the Kiehl's sunscreen, how thick it is, intentionally to protect you from those UV rays, then you will understand what this is meant to do. And so this is created to do the same thing. And so it doesn't create any type of white cast. The color that I have here, which I think is not my color. It's been a while since I've touched this. Child, not this having an expiration date. This is how long I bought this. This got a whole expiration date. 1/20/24. I guess I should get rid of it. 1/20/24, child. We knocking on 2026. But this is a neutral deep complexion. And the only con about this right here, I think, all of the ingredients do what they're supposed to do, but this can be a little thick. It can be a little deep. It can be a little thick. And so that is my only issue with this girl right here. And, and technically she can go in the trash. Oh, child, I almost forgot one. This is the Laura Mercier. Child, one of the long names. And the color that I have is 8-in-1 Clove. Child, ignore the fact that they're playing music in my backyard. These little kids that want to go out and play the football, they're so aggravating. So aggravating. But this is the 8-in Clove. Very lightweight, almost water-like, but it gives the coverage that it's supposed to give. It builds up to a medium coverage packed with skincare ingredients. Again, House Labs did the thing and all of the girls follow suit. I think this has been compared to House Labs. I don't think so, because this is more like water-like and House Labs is a little bit more serum-like. And then the final 2 that I have in my collection are 2 that I haven't even opened yet. This is right here. This is the Live Tinted. And it comes in shade 1. I don't even know if it works. It's too late for me to return it, but this is a shade 1. This I wanted to try because it was a skin tint. I wanted to try it during the summer. In the moments, like, I wanted to be able to wear it to the beach. Like, when I want to go to the beach and, have that little bit of protection, because it also has an SPF of 50. So it's a skin tint with an SPF of 50, mineral based, Live Tinted. And all the girls were talking about it, and I still have not had the chance to try it. And I don't even think I'm fully out of my shade 1 era, because this was around the time that I had a tan from beaching a couple of times. So we're gonna have to try this eventually. Next one that I have that I haven't had a chance to try, and this is more recent. This is the Westman Atelier. This is the Vital Skin Foundation Stick. Now I bought this. It was a promo deal. I bought this in the powder. Not impressed by the powder. That powder got to go back. But this, I was able to like swatch. Mm, mm, mm. A little bit on the pricey side, but she gives skin. She gives skin. I need to truly find a way to be in my foundation stick era. And I feel like it's a little blurring. And it's a perfect match, girl. I think I need to get back to doing a dedicated video, but this is up there in range. And one thing that I don't like about this brand is that the options, the shade range is laughable, ridiculous, and make me almost want to like cuss these people out. But I found my shade, and if you have the budget, if you can find your shade, I would highly recommend this. I mean, I haven't tried it, but just from just swatching it in store, and I have it here, I don't know if you can even see it. It's quite impressive. But of course, I would want to do a wear test and everything. But this is shade, let me see, what's the X? The X before the 5. Is that 10, 14? Shade 14, X and a 5 means 14. So yeah, can't wait to try that. Can't wait to try that. But that is my entire collection. Yeah, that is my entire collection. That is all that I have for this video. Feel free, if you enjoyed this video, if you saw any of your faves, if this sparked an interest, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. This video, give it a thumbs up. It does help for it to become a little bit more discoverable out here in these YouTube streets. And again, and again, and again, if we vibe, child, hit that button and subscribe. Join the tribe, join the community, and make sure that you never, ever, 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 ever miss a beat. And until the next video, peace.